Rosalita, Prospero.
Thank you very much for that very magnanimous introduction. The Honorable Marco Mendicino, Tita Norma Carpio, President, Ms. Pascual-Binaday, incoming President, and the directors and officers of the Philippine Independence Day Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, mga kababayan, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Good evening, everyone. I am here with my colleague at the Consulate General, Ms. Cecile Santos, and together we are both very happy to join you in tonight's event. The Philippine Consulate General in Toronto expresses its warm greetings and felicitations to the Philippine Independence Day Council on the occasion of your induction ceremony and dinner tonight. First of all, let me commend the PIDC for its achievements in promoting the best of the Philippines and the Filipino people here in Canada, most especially in Toronto. And you have actively promoted Philippine arts, Philippine culture and heritage through your Mabuhay Festival. I have walked around Nathan Square several times with Tita Norma, with Marco, to celebrate Philippine Independence Day. And you have also been forging closer ties and friendship and camaraderie like we all have tonight with the Filipino community and the larger Filipino-Canadian community in Ontario through your other events like the Salo-Salo sa Earlvales, your sports events, and many others. I think through all these activities, you are able to actively contribute in weaving Philippine fabric into the dynamic, vibrant, multicultural setting here in Toronto. I noted what Tita Agnes said, that it's 20 years now of PIDC's existence, and well, this is an opportune time to renew, reaffirm your commitment and your dedication to achieving the goals and objectives of the organization. I would like to take this opportunity. I wanted to be the first one to say tonight that Marco beat me to the bush. Well, Tita Norma, you are an inspiration to all of us. You and your team have been very hardworking, and you have untiringly endeavored to promote the Philippines here in Canada. To Ms. Karen Binaday, I know that you are equally passionate to perform your tasks from today and 20 years and beyond. So, for another 20 years and beyond. Well, as you all know, the City Council of Toronto has pronounced June of every year as Philippine Heritage Month, and soon, hopefully, through Marco's help and all our friends in the federal parliament, we will have it federally in the whole of Canada. I hope and I'm sure that PIDC will be an active partner in celebrating every June as Philippine Heritage Month. So mabuhay po ang PIDC, mabuhay po kayong lahat, magandang gabi po ulit sa inyong lahat. Office of the newly elected officers of the Philippine Independence Day Council. Kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me. I restate your name, having been duly elected to the position of, please state your of the Philippine Independence Day Council for 2018 to 2020 do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously fulfill the duties of my position, preserve and defend its Constitution and bylaws, faithfully execute its rules and regulations, and consecrate myself to the service of the association, and that I impose this obligation upon myself without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. For my part, subscribed and sworn to before me this 25th day of March 2018 at Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Signed, Rosalita S. Prospero, Consul General. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating the new elected officers of the
Guys, put all your get in front of you.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming to the 2018 induction dinner for the Philippine Independence Day Council. Before I continue, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of some of our organization's greatest supporters. He's actually left, but MP Marco Mendicino, who we'd like to thank for helping spearhead the Federal Declaration of Filipino Heritage Month. Consul General Rosalita Prospero for presiding over our board's oath-taking. She has a special place in my heart because she also presided over my oath-taking for my dual citizenship. I was very, very teary-eyed doing that, even though I didn't quite understand most of the words that were used in that oath-taking. Also, to our friends from the Canadian Multicultural Council of Asians in Ontario, Mr. Do Chen, Mr. Henry Lee, and the life of the party, Mr. Siddiquita. I'm hoping brought his harmonica with him tonight. We are always grateful for your show of support and solidarity with our Asian brothers and sisters. PIDC has had a long history and an undeniable impact in the Filipino-Canadian community. I first became aware of this organization when I went to the CNE in 1998, prompted by the fact that the Philippines was the featured country at that time. In the same year, I also went to the Skydome to witness our country's centennial celebration. Back then, I was what you called a closet Filipino, never fully acknowledging my ethnicity, but always secretly proud when something of great magnitude was accomplished by our people. I'm not really sure why I felt that way, but perhaps it was because I did not immerse myself in the company of my fellow countrymen. In 2002, I started writing a regular golf column and did celebrity interviews for our most popular newspaper, Rite. This led to my membership with the Philippine Press Club of Ontario, which then sent me to join PIDC in 2003 as their representative. That was my first year helping organize the Mabuhay Philippines Festival. And the year I met my husband.
Over here.
Oh, okay. By this time, I had become fully aware of the countless hours people devoted to the preservation of Philippine heritage and culture here in Canada. Each individual had their reasons for committing their time to this cause, as did I. I wanted to write for Balita, primarily to show my ex-boyfriend I was part of his favorite newspaper. And I wanted to continue helping organize the Mabuhay Festival because my husband previously thought that Filipinos could never make it mainstream. This statement ate at my core because I knew it wasn't true. And because I was just as guilty in perpetuating this thought when I hid who I truly was. I grew up in a family of musicians who were music professors at UP, principal members of the CCP Orchestra, band members with their own television show on ABS-CBN, and the voices you heard singing on several radio, television, and movie commercials. I was well aware of the talent Filipinos possessed and the fact that our excellence extended well beyond the field of entertainment. So I felt ashamed of myself for not believing in our own people and for not doing enough to promote what we have to offer. PIDC, with its mandate of showcasing Philippine heritage and culture to mainstream society, presented me with an opportunity to elevate our community so that no other kababayan will ever have a reason to be a closet Filipino. The one success story I am most proud of is the fact that my husband Manny has since rescinded his negative statement and now loves the Philippines. So much so that he was the one that had the idea of getting our dual citizenship, and he now runs several businesses back home. So I'd like to take a moment to thank each and every member of PIDC that have come before me. Without your commitment and dedication, PIDC would not be the organization it is today. Let me remind you of what PIDC has accomplished. We were the first to hold an annual festival, have a street parade, organize a Filipino basketball tournament, to have an event at CNE, Harborfront Center, David Picot Square, Metrotrona Convention Center, Rico Coliseum, and Nathan Phillips Square. And first to partner with the Philippine Chamber of Commerce, GMA, and ABS-CBN. Our members have been recognized by the Philippine and Canadian government, and some have received awards from the Queen. My point is, this is a great group of people. And I am proud to have had the privilege of working with them over the years, and I am grateful to consider them family. I am not really a millennial, nor am I first-generation Filipino. I'm kind of somewhere in between that can serve as a conduit for the next group of people who will be the future PIDC leaders. My promise to all of you as President of the Philippine Independence Day Council is that I will do my very best to lead us to bigger and better things and continue in our tradition of serving this great community. So give everybody a big hand because we are all part of the PIDC family.
Very random.
like a mini Miss Universe.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment delight tonight, I would like to call on one of our Council of Leaders, Mr. Danny Orfilio.